Hey, Hope community, and welcome to another segment of Courageous Conversations. Today, we are privileged. We have two wonderful career-long educators who also serve on the school board. So I will let these two ladies introduce themselves and we'll get started.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kathryn Dickinson. Lived here all my life and grew up out in the Guernsey community and actually attended the Guernsey school until the year that I was a junior in high school, and that's the year that Guernsey and Hope consolidated, and so I attended 2 years at Hope.
I didn't know we consolidated in 2003.
Oh, yeah. How about 19?
Yeah. I got you. Ms. Moss?
Okay, I'm Margaret Moss, and I grew up here in Hope as well. All my life, I've been here in Hope. I taught, well, first of all, I graduated from Hope High School in 1970.
There you go.
That was the first year of consolidation. I was a cheerleader, first black cheerleader here at Hope High School. I taught fourth grade at Burl Henry. I loved teaching fourth grade, and I had a wonderful principal who was Miss Pal Whitmarsh, who taught me that you should be fair with all children.
That's right.
And that's one thing that stuck with me the whole time that I taught. I also was a librarian at Clinton Primary for 3 years, and then I moved to Yerger as a librarian and student council sponsor and cheerleading coach. And one thing that Mr. Muldrew taught me there was expectation is everything. And I think if we expect great things from kids, we will get great things.
Man.
And I'm on the school board.
That's right. And so these ladies have wonderful things to say. I enjoy our relationship both individually and as a board and superintendent. You guys are fantastic and supportive of the schools. So let's jump right into it. So what are some things that you're really proud of here in Hope? Whether it's the community or the school district, when you think about us, what makes you proud and excited? Well, either one.
Okay. One of the things that I'm very proud of is we are a caring community. We care about each other, warm community. I'm proud of the stakeholders here, and when I say that, I mean like the businesses are concerned about our education of our kids. And one of the businesses that I'd like to mention, if it's okay, is Farmers Bank, who have supported us. We have the superintendent, our assistant superintendents, our principals, our teachers. We have parents that have really supported our education here, and I'm proud of that.
I love that.
Yeah. Well, I agree with that, Margaret, about the community. The community has always been supportive of the school system. I think we have a great school system. Everybody has a lot of work to do, but everybody has a job, and we want everybody to contribute to that and do their best to make our school district
I love
great.
That. And you two are prime examples of that, right? Because you are obviously community members. You're in that stakeholder group. You are two board members. You're in that stakeholder group. Your previous educators, retired educators. You're in that stakeholder group, and parents and grandparents in some ways, right? So let's talk about the commitment that you've had over the years. And I think that's what separates this video from maybe some of the others is just the lifelong commitment that you've shown on different levels. So this doesn't have to be about the school board, but it certainly could. What is a memory that you have of your service in Hope Public Schools that really sticks out?
Well, just starting out teaching, I started my career at Edith Brown Elementary. I actually worked there 4 years as secretary while I was finishing my degree. And then I started teaching first grade there. And I just very quickly became, we were a family. I just felt a part of the faculty and always had good administrators and good support. And then went to Clinton Primary when we built that campus. And was still first grade teacher. And then moved into administration as assistant principal. But I just feel like that if you've got good administrators and a good group of teachers and everybody working together, that you can mesh together and have that cohesiveness and everything. And I just feel like we've tried to do that in Hope. And as Margaret said a while ago about the community, it's just the community supports us too.
I agree with that. I mean, when I transitioned in a year and a half ago, just the support and the feedback from all community members just has been great. So, Ms. Moss, what about you? What sticks out with your career here? It could be board, it could be classroom, or whatever.
Well, what sticks out to me most is we had people that supported each other. And growing up here, I always had somebody that I could depend on. My mother had support,
right,
and the support meant a lot. And things that she couldn't do for me, there was somebody else that did it for me to help me. And that's why I want to do the same thing in the community, help other people's kids and children that cannot do for their families. I want to be there to help because someone had to help me get where I am today.
Well, I see that all over your leadership, just what you advocate for and how you talk to folks in your presence. You make people feel welcomed and supported, so I think you're living that out. This is a question that I can ask y'all, because you've lived it all, on all different levels. What's your favorite role that you've had? And there's no wrong answers here. If it's not school board, it's okay. Nobody's going to judge you for it, but what's your favorite role that you've had in Hope Public Schools?
Well, my favorite role really was teaching fourth grade.
Really?
I love those kids. And the thing about it is they were lovable. They wanted to learn. And then I had the support of the parents. The parents really supported me in everything that I tried to do at Burl Henry. So I thought that was a great thing.
So you want to come back and teach fourth grade next
Well,
year?
I love fourth grade, teaching fourth
She didn't
grade.
bat an eye. She made her. Watch out, Miss Moss might be in the classroom next year.
But that's really what I really like and I remember the most about. And then we were like Kathryn said, we were like a family. We helped each other. Nobody was competing against each other. We were working together.
I love that. What about you?
Well, I'm probably going to say when I was in an assistant principal in administration, I was in classroom for 20 years in first grade, but when I moved into administration, I could still work with the kids, help the kids, but the teachers, I always felt like I supported the teachers, and when they had needs and things that needed to be solved, I always tried to support them. And I was also working with the parents and, and conferencing with them about their students and stuff. So I feel like that one I maybe was doing a little bit more and stuff. I enjoyed my years of administration.
And one of the things too, I forgot to say, librarian. Now I love reading and I like to encourage reading. And the book fairs that I did at the schools, at Clinton Primary and at Yerger, they were free book fairs, most of them.
Right.
Some of them we had to have, but I love encouraging reading because that's one thing that I found out that we need to encourage more of because our students are not reading on the level that they need to be on.
That's right. And that's why we have that goal for early literacy to change that. And I'll just say this, I guess it's on the record since we're being videoed, but whenever we have check-ins, one-on-one check-ins, I can see those perspectives and those roles all in our conversation. You talking about teachers in the classroom and their experience, you looking at the policies and kind of where we're looking to support teachers and support administrators across the board. I really appreciate that. So shifting gears ever so slightly, where could we improve? What are some things just as a district, maybe even as a community, where you think we have some room to grow, and maybe what are your recommendations on what we could do? Knowing that we don't all have all the answers, but if we don't talk about it, we'll never get to where we want to go. So this is open for either one of you.
One thing that I think that we need to do more of is when we're hiring teachers, we need to make sure that we're hiring them in the area that they're going to teach. That's one thing I like to see. And then the discipline. We have policies and we have procedures and we have the handbooks and we need to follow them. And I don't think that we would have as many problems if we would just follow the procedure of the handbooks as far as discipline is concerned.
So being consistent with how we apply those, I think that's smart. I think that's a solid bit of feedback there. I think there's probably some teachers and some parents out there that are giving you an amen virtually. Ms. Dickinson, what do you think?
Well, we need to continue to, everybody work together. We need to continue, like you have done is, get things out to the public, let the parents know that we as school board members are, we share their concerns. What can we do to help you? We need to make sure that our teachers have what they need, that they're supported, that their questions are answered, and just we all need to work together. We all need to work together. If there's concerns, go to the correct person that you need to talk to, either at your campus and just everybody work together.
And go ahead. Do you have something you wanted to add?
Well, I just want to jump in with her and say, as far as the parents are concerned, we need to get our parents more involved, and not only doing programs. When we're having programs at the school, we invite the parents in, but we need to have some other things that we involve our parents in to let them know what's going on, because communication is everything.
I agree. And so I'll just kind of put this information out there. Two things that I think are just so vitally important for anywhere that we want to go. It has to be that relationship and that ongoing communication. If people think you are over-communicating, you're probably communicating at the right amount, right? Letting people know the information and having it be two-way. And just to be honest with everybody who's watching, that's where we want to go and be better at. Two-way communication with the community and with all stakeholders. And we love you. We want to have a relationship with you. We want you to be invested in your kids' education. If you're a student, invested in your own education. And teachers know that we're here for you. All right? So I'm going to end it this way. Have you guys end it this way. What's something that you may want to put out there for those that are watching? Any message that you want to give just to kind of summarize your time here?
Well, one thing that I'd kind of add to your last question, when I was an assistant principal, one of the things that concerned me the most, that bothered me maybe, was those parents that you couldn't get to the school. You couldn't get them involved. You felt like the child didn't have that support at home.
Right.
So, that's something we need to work on. We need to improve on that. And I'm real anxious and excited about our new grant that we've received. I want us to do the best we can to implement it throughout the school district where it's needed and what we can do with it. And I just want the community to know, the parents and the teachers to know that I'm here to support you. Margaret and I are, and all the school board, and if there's anything we can do to make things better, we will.
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Boss?
Okay, what I'd like to tell the community is that we need you. You need us, and we need you more than you know. Our children, some of us do not have children in the school system, grandchildren, nephews, and nieces, but we should all be concerned about our education of our kids. So I've been told that the greatest builders are not those of skyscrapers, but of those that build minds and characters. And that's not only talking about teachers. It's all of us working together. And I'm in, and I hope the community is in as well.
Yes, ma'am. That ends another Courageous Conversation segment. We love you. I love you too. You guys are awesome board members. I love working with you. Hope Public Schools. We're all in.
We're in.